Welcome to another exciting edition of High School Quiz Bowl competition here on Katie Quiz, brought to you by GBU Life. I'm Ray Petlin. I have the honor of asking questions to some of the brightest students from around the region, and we have a great playoff episode for you today, and we are going to fill one of the last two remaining spots in the semifinal round of this season of Katie Quiz. The teams competing for that spot are Avella Junior Senior High School, Bentworth High School, and the Kiski School. This should be a great matchup. We're going to start all three teams off with 100 points on the board, and we're going to start earning points right now in a round we call Player's Choice. In this round, 5 picture-based questions are available for each team. We award 25 points for a correct answer. There are no deductions for passes or incorrect answers in this round. The categories we have for you today are biology, European literature, and history of the Americas. Randomly selected to go first is Avella High School. And Avella, which of those categories would you like?
History of the Americas.
History of the Americas it is. And Avella, here is your first question. What is the name of the first permanent English settlement in North America?
Jamestown.
That is right. What is the name of the capital city of the Inca Empire?
Machu Picchu.
Good guess, but we were looking for Cusco on that one. What was the name of the treaty that ended the Mexican-American War?
Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo.
That is correct. Very nicely done. This region has a Spanish name meaning land of fire. What archipelago is separated from mainland South America by the Strait of Magellan?
Tierra del Fuego.
Tierra del Fuego is correct. Very nicely done. Name this dictator who came to power in 1930 and established an oppressive dictatorship in the Dominican Republic that lasted until his assassination in 1961. He was known as El Jefe.
Hernandez.
Hernandez is a great guess, but we were looking for Rafael Trujillo. That means you went 3 for 5 in that round. You added 75 points to your score, and you have a very nice 175 points after the first round. Up next is our team from Bentworth High School. The two categories we have left over are biology and European literature. Which of those categories would you like?
We're going to go ahead with biology.
Biology it is, and here we go with your first question. What disease has types such as lymphoma, is treated by chemotherapy, and is characterized by uncontrolled cell growth and the formation of tumors?
Cancer.
Cancer is correct. What process, which occurs during the S phase, involves the body making copies of its genetic code?
DNA replication.
That is the correct answer. Nicely done. This organ is connected to the bladder by the ureter, which carries excreted urine. Humans typically have a pair of what bean-shaped organs?
The kidneys.
Kidneys is correct. The 3 domains of life are bacteria, archaea, and what organisms, which are classified as distinct based on the presence of a membrane-bound nucleus and are often contrasted with prokaryotes?
Eukaryotes.
Eukaryotes is correct. And finally, named for a British mathematician and German physician, what equation is used to predict allele frequencies in a population, assuming that they stay constant from generation to generation?
Hardy-Weinberg equation.
The Hardy-Weinberg equation is correct. Very nicely done. You went 5 for 5 in that round. That means you added 125 points to your score, and you start the day with a perfect 225. Very nicely done, Bentworth High School. Up next is our team from the Kiski School, and Kiski, the category we have left over is European literature. And here we go with your first question. What cautionary futuristic work about John the Savage was written by Aldous Huxley?
Brave New World.
That is correct. Nicely done. Which Russian author wrote Anna Karenina?
Topolov.
Good guess, but we were looking for Leo Tolstoy on that one. Who wrote Don Quixote, considered one of the greatest works of Western literature?
Fernando.
Good guess, but we were looking for Miguel de Cervantes on that one. Which novel by Jane Austen features the characters Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy?
White Dress.
We were looking for Pride and Prejudice. And finally, Alexander Solzhenitsyn wrote about what labor camps used by the Soviet Union?
The Gulag.
Gulag is correct. You went 2 for 5 in that round, adding 50 points to your score, taking you up to 150 points to start the day. Things here are pretty close, and this is anybody's game, and we have a lot more points up for grabs as we head towards the KD Quiz Knowledge Check coming up right after this.
KD Quiz is brought to you by GBU Life, providing life insurance, annuities, and community support since 1892.